Bonjour classe, aujourd'hui c'est lundi le 11 février et je vais vous parler de tout ce que nous avons fait aujourd'hui. So first of all, we did our weekly warm-up and I will put that up here and it's the most recent one. And we looked up what everything was about on the tower of Montparnasse, La Tour Montparnasse, okay, which is located in France in the city of Paris. We looked up facts about the Montparnasse Tower. First of all, that it's 689 feet tall, that it's an office skyscraper, all right, and that it also has 59 floors. It has a restaurant on the 56th floor called Le Ciel de Paris. And the terrace on the top floor is also open to the public for viewing the city. So you can go up to the top of the Tour Montparnasse if you buy tickets to look out over the city of Paris just like you can with La Tour Eiffel. And then the most important, or rather the most interesting thing about it was that in 1995, this man called Alain Spider-Man Robert, he's a French urban climber, using only his bare hands and feet and with no safety devices of any kind, scaled the building's exterior glass and steel wall to the top, almost falling in the process. And there is a YouTube video that shows him doing this very thing. It's pretty cool. So that's really all that we talked about with La Tour Montparnasse. Then after that, we went over the bookwork that you were supposed to do. But first, let me show you that I included on the French Tutu Pre-AP Notes and Activities, I included a copy of the instructions that I handed out, that I had the sub give to everyone last week since I was gone to France from the 5th through the 8th. So if you don't have a copy of this, here it is on my webpage. It tells you exactly what we did. So the first thing you did is you went and got a handout called Unit 4A Vocabulary, which I will show that. That is also here. And you were supposed to fill in this table of all the vocabulary words from pages, let me get to it, from pages 164 and 165 of your textbook. So that would be here, and I'm going to jump to that page now. Jump to page 164. So here is where the vocabulary was, right here on pages 164 and 165. So you're supposed to use all of this vocabulary, even the stuff in the little gold box, to fill in this handout right here. And then you were going to turn it in so that I can check it and make sure you did it. And then I'm going to give it back and you're going to put it in your notebook. So that was the first thing you were supposed to do. Then you were to go to pages 169 and 170 of the textbook and answer the questions from exercise 8, which was on page 170, and do that on page 78 of your notebook. So let's go back here, and we will go to 169. Did I say 169 and 170? I think I did. Where am I? Here it is. So, or 168, yeah. All right, so 168. All right, so 168 is here. So you were to read this page and this page, and then do the questions about it, and you were supposed to answer those in your notebook. Then let's see what else you were supposed to do. Then you were supposed to go to the workbook and do pages 80 to 84 in your workbook. So I will make that bigger. All right, so here you were to identify the following images using the vocabulary from Lesson A. Again, your vocabulary sheet that if you had filled it in, or you can go to your book and do this. Then you were supposed to write each of the following words next to its definition. Complete each of the following sentences with the most logical missing words. And then you were supposed to do, this is page 82. So this exercise here, look at the illustrations below and say where the items are placed in relation to each other. So this was using your prepositions. Sur, su, dans, devant, derrière. And then you were at a sports souvenir shop looking for gifts for your family and friends in the United States based on their tastes. Say what you get for whom. All right. Hopefully self-explanatory. And this is the culture part. Write the definition of each of the following words. Refer to the point de départ in leçon A. And then page 84. You were to answer these questions and then answer these and then just talk about these people. And that was it. All right, so 80 to 84. You're supposed to tear them out, staple them, and turn them in. Then the next thing that you were supposed to do, then you were to do an activity called an élève tahitien, a Tahitian élève, a student. So you will read an interview of a high school student from Papeete, the capital of Tahiti, an island in French Polynesia. So prélecture, adults sometimes assert that young people everywhere lead similar lives, built around school, friends, and hobbies. Do you think this is true? So you basically form an opinion of this statement, and then once you start reading the interview, then you are to decide if your opinion is correct or not. So the strategy of reading. When reading about someone's experience, you often gain access to a different cultural perspective. Reading about someone else can remind you that people live and think differently, yet it can also connect you to others through common experiences. To appreciate a different cultural perspective in the interview that follows, note Philippe's activities and when he does them. How is his life similar to or different from your daily life? Try to imagine what his school day is like. As you read, fill in the graphic organizer below. So you were to go through it one time and write down Philippe's answers, Philippe's information here according to this: country of origin, languages or language that he speaks, classes studied, favorite subjects, Saturday morning school schedule, weekday lunch routine, transportation to school, leisure activities. So while you're reading, as you read the interview, look for the answers to the following questions. What subject does Philippe dislike? Why does he study, and what does he do with his friends? What does his cafeteria serve? What forms of transportation does Philippe mention? What sports does Philippe like to do? So what you were supposed to do was read the interview. Now, here's some clues. They have words down here at the bottom that if you don't know what they mean, they're right here. Okay? You're supposed to go through it, and what I would suggest you do is highlight words that you know for sure, all right? And then go back and look at the vocabulary and reread it and see what questions you can answer and do this. First you do this, then you would answer the questions, I think. How is Philippe's life shaped by geography and Tahiti's relationship with France? All right, and then write a paragraph that compares Philippe's school day to your own. Using the graphic organizer you filled in, write sentences that begin, à Tahiti, Philippe, and Tahiti, Philippe does this, but me, I, mais moi, je. Then compare the information you have reported with what a classmate has written and share your findings with the class. Or you can imagine you are going for a walk in Tahiti. Describe what you see. Find photos online by typing Photo de Tahiti into your favorite French search engine. All right, so that is what you were supposed to do with this. I heard that it was pretty confusing. I'm really not sure how it was confusing because this was all vocabulary, most vocabulary that you should know. Quelle langue est-ce que tu parles? You know what langue is, you know what tu parles is. You know that something you have to learn or know about is what languages he speaks. Je parle, I speak français et aussi tahitien. I'm not real sure what the issue is here. J'étudie l'anglais au lycée. You know what étudier is. Like I said, anyway, we're going to go over this together, and you're going to have a chance to work on it. In fact, you were supposed to work on it today, and you're going to work on it tomorrow, and then we're going to go over the answers. And we also went over the bookwork about the cultural stuff. We went over those answers today. And then you had the castles research things. So I'm going to go to where the castles research thing is. So I'm going to go here, and it is on the assignments projects page, the Loire Valley Castles Research. So you had to go and Google all of these castles and answer these questions for each castle. Then you pick 2 of them that you like the best, and you're going to write a couple of paragraphs telling me why you would want to go visit those particular castles. And we will go over this too. So that is all we did today. Au revoir.